Oh yeah. Tangazo shito dingela. Tangazo shito lusola mashe chi de goma ngela. Ne go chi ta kama kashi jade ko ro. Te zara dingala ne gonti ko la ta de chi. Ngote ta ujin do di ishuare.
So, as usual, so we begin with short meditations. So those who attended the last week teaching, so I gave a brief introduction to meditation in that session.
Dan nonji ngozo de ngendene ma ngozo nyondo gongse de unyung la mine ni gongshi de nyondo ga de chi de go yore de noji go ane ndi nye de la ya ane ma jete ya de unyung go de rate ores.
So in my last week introduction to meditation, so it is primarily related to breathing meditations practice, because that's the one meditation that we do, before beginning the teaching every night.
제장아 네 윤에라 가르sun 거 알스나 노도 냠보 네 윤중어 강하시네. 안에 들으시거래 대사 노도 슈첨보 얘기도 저러 윤중어 강데 뇽래서나니 배도 첨보 해봐다. 지체 니라니 윤중어 강데 네 겐딩헬 라테서니 레 동부이깔 레 동부이깔니 네 고라니 콤바시타 메이카슬라 아니 윤중어라 미네 콤바이나 미파테 차데고도 테마모 제발라 소비 예데트노이사 라테아티니지스.
With regard to breathing meditation, so in the scripture it is said that the breathing meditation is an antidote to really to disturbing thoughts, and so therefore the reason why we engage in breathing meditation is really so to get rid of these disturbing and very agitated states of mind within us, and this has a breathing meditation is particularly very effective in this in overcoming such disturbing thoughts, and also the I think as I mentioned in the last week talk, so the breathing meditation is also is very suitable for beginner the meditators, because it's the technique, the practice is so simple and easy to do, and also not only that. So if you are if you are familiar, if you are not familiar with, not used to meditation practice, so you can still do this breathing meditation quite easily, because as I said last time, the object that we use in that meditation is just one's own breathings, the inhaling and exhaling of breathing, and so there's no there's nothing for one to really to learn about the object, so which it is the object as far as object concerned, so it's something which you are already familiar with, so this makes it easier.
so gone tets combana ya boy yingit dida. Nia chambat the meat jag, Nita Yanga mewatni inana, ni Tijiship Kalamine, ni Gonj Javaina, ni Seno Chimusoa Gatiga, pen 2 years arrest.
And the so for those who you know who have the gain some sort of have some experience of meditation practice and they know how to maintain the excuse me, the mindfulness in the meditation practice, so that you're able to maintain the objects, and so for those it is said that then the another object that which is very beneficial to use for meditation practice is the image of a Tathagata or image of a Buddha, and this has the additional benefits of accumulating merits and purifying negativities.
Ani di tseg mare tanda ni di ji be ko kalmine ni yun to komba ina ni ya boji konto suna ni rocho nyandu shelo kari kasma yo susu ki twinda ni susu tsala ni di ji shemba shi ye sombi ko lol chat ni stana ni na chana tno shui kasla yo ani di ji shepa temba ta ani tama ani ji shui ga ta tni wi cha ina kasla yo ani di ji shepa tno ani chento wa ina ani pe pot me pa yese ni sungu yores.
So if we meditate if we use the image of a Buddha as an object of our meditation to meditation, and then we will as a benefit of our meditation practice, so we will become very our mind will become very familiar with the image of the Buddha, and so therefore we can. Meditation has the benefit of always being able to remembering the Buddhas. Even whatever activities you are doing. Like whether you're just sitting or you're walking, just standing. Whatever you're doing, you can always remember the Buddha, and of course in the time of when one is like suffering from any a sickness, or even if you are facing or undergoing the death, facing the death. So even at such time, then it as a benefit of the familiarity with such meditations on the image of the Buddha, then one will be able to easily remembering the image, or the thought of the image of the Buddha, or the thought of the Buddha will easily occur in such times.
Tindigata tijjipe kate ne tombo mite pa tsala ani yona ji tongkala so pa tisha za tani ta yona klui jo za tani kya poji la mi ki yone yut ta yomena jimil tane ta chi ta matange tani na o so lama da ne tu potni date pa se pala tene ne dig der sono yone yunda so pe kulol kochune ani mite tan so tse ko yesares.
So in order to use the image of the Buddha, or use the Buddha as an object of one's meditations, so one must first to establish this the image of the Buddha as in one's mind, So how you do that? How you find this the image or the figure of the Buddha in your mind? So this, of course, you can initially you can rely on just like on some the painting of the Buddhas in a like a tanga or painting, or the Buddha's sculptures like statues. You can rely. You can have a look at those image to get the image in the mental imaginations of the figure of the Buddha. Otherwise, you can also find this the image of the Buddha in one's mind through the receiving the instructions or from the spiritual teachers, about who giving you, who explaining you how the figure of the Buddhas looks like. So in this way, the initially, so whatever figure that you rely on, the image of the Buddha rely on. So you have to think on that. You have to mentally imagine and trying to until so you can have something until that figure or the image of the Buddha that you have saw in the painting or on the statue, or what you have through the from the advice or the instruction of the master teachers. So whatever, so until that some sort of figure of that then comes into one's mind. So you so that's how. So you can find or establish the Buddha as a object of your meditations.
다 드니기 밑에 제디살 tombo 밑에 제디살 미그 단에 드니 다사테 지크도 아니 그러더라 리마도 소소가 몰라 니스마 미네 고유도 살아 지크도 아니 드니가다 지저자도 드니 루저도 드니 드니 그 넘바 많이 봐 수쟁이 지그 넘바 임바지 아니 차도 딱 그거레스 드니 차발 배제지 그거레스
So although in the search of this the figure of the Buddha in your mind, so you rely on the painting of the Buddhas or the sculptures or the instruction of one's spiritual teachers, whatever. But when you actually imagine the Buddha in your mind, and then so that image of the Buddha, that figure of the Buddha, then should not be considered as same as the like the painting, then so rather it should very important to, as much as possible, to recognize that as a actual Buddha, as a living living Buddha.
제가 아니 건디자라니 다 그런 토메지 운디시나 땅아서 배구스그럼 먼저네 봐 드니 대지 야리에서 소는 것이 드니 그때도 보지라 아니 다 주리 뒤종아이나 넘바강시 배 주셔 진짜와이나 라배그냐 사리에서 소는 것이 드니 그 상조지라 아니 다 윤소서 지는 광고에서레스
So and then the with regard to the to distance in which you in which you imagine the Buddha in your meditation. So it is said the distance should be like, first of all, the location is in line in straight in line with the center of one's forehead, for the forehead, and bit above the just above the space, and at the distance like of the, if you do the lie on the ground with the full length prostrations, then about the same distance of your whole the length of your body, so this is how you in your meditation. So you have to imagine the Buddha in front of you, in the level of the one's center of the one forehead, and in just about this space, and so you imagine the Buddha.
네 첨보시 드라면바 네다 맞지 소모토세그로 네니 소모토 사이엔데와 네비 이게 토딩이 세우 네 동바 네 때 지구차고 드니지 공거에서 그래서
and then the image, the size of the image, we usually said that is about the size of the two finger, the finger span. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Two finger, yes, span, and the in the form of light, and the yet at the same time also the have some, like a weight.
근데 지 소노지 동안이나 아니 다 지스 지구 차고지 소노 동안나 세 시로를 아니 못와를 뱅게서리 네 이게 라테 수바 소노 동안이나 티티티 세베 녀데야 솔라티지 야소야 네 편도 요레스 드리 주네 송도스
so the thinking of imagining that the image of the Buddha to have some some weight, weight, so that it is said that it is effective in terms of the suppressing or overcoming the like a mental distractions, and getting easily getting mental distractions, and whereas the image of the Buddha, imagine the image of the Buddha in the form of light, is effective of overcoming the mental sinkings and the drowsiness in one's meditations.
제가 다테노지다 페카포네다 수수수 다 자벨라마 시크로와 기회신이 나타니 공개나 네테노지 파카포네 고아레스로와 드니야 지 못어바다 지 돈이라 소라 고아야 보이네 다가로 termine 네 그때서 고아레스로와
so this and if you instead of the Buddha, so if you want to imagine your own like a spiritual guru, like your root guru, then you can all the descriptions, size, and everything is same. So you can simply replace the image of the Buddha with your own root gurus, and so that is so you can use the image of the Buddha or your root guru as of the object of your meditations, and as well as, so instead of that, if you prefer to meditate on the like a impermanence, how things are impermanent, then you can, of course, then you can just simply contemplate on the meaning of the impermanence of things.
제정안에 달래 동보가 소거네 디지지 백글라미네 건살 아니 세보지 너도 다 지수소니 얘기지 게 초딩이지 거나마도 야 텔지 수제가 다 시행라 수바다 아니 다시 삼아주나 칼라 수바비 안참은 찾던데 다 되어이나 네야 미파티 쇼이 니가요 레스로와 대인사 동보 건디살 네 세보 준주게 되기지 이 도도지 넘바 차되나 아니 르바지다 아니 세세는 도그마도 이치메지요 밀라소바 지 넘바 안참 찾다되나 아니 미파쇼 그냥 가요 그래서는 숨도스
so the so in the beginning, of course, it's if it will be very difficult to get the full detail. If you are imagining the Buddha as an object of your meditations, then getting the full details image of the Buddhas, like of the Buddhas, all the parts of the Buddha's body, like his eyes, his face, and the color of the face, all the physical details will be very difficult. So therefore, it is recommended that if if you are beginners, then you rather than looking for the details, the physical details, like physical features of the Buddha, because it is said that if you look for that, then you can easily actually lose the object of your meditations. So rather than that, so you just simply imagine simply what you find, what you find in your mind. As which really represents the Buddha is just some sort of a ball of light, like a golden light, and and you don't. So it is not necessary, if you are not used to meditations, then to looking for, trying to look for the features of the Buddha's body, such as his eyes and face, because as I said, this can be by doing that, then you would lose the object altogether.
Oh yeah, that was what the Kamachi Nigeria. When you want to mean God to come was
Okay, so anyway, so before we start the teaching, so let's do the just a few minutes breathing meditation together to to calming all the distracting thought, and so that our mind is at peace within us. Thank you.
Tanga Tundi near Karshi de Gorsena. Ani ta do duaina ne ta shonju longi demala tene. Ani Kartu to Gorsena ta Tembachonen de Goni Done. Ani Tewasanda. Ani Sheuchi Basanda. Ani ta dodo wala super mumbu ji sunjawa te ani ji chu ji ru ji so ma to ne to ani gawa ma yin ba te ani haku to yo res ne atni la yo res.
So what we have learned before is that how, by relying on these the LamRim teachings or of these or the LamRim teachings by the Atishas text, the lamp for the path of enlightenment. Then we can rely on this. Then we can see how all the teachings that the Buddha had given, whether in terms of like three vehicles, like or in terms of the Sutrayana or the Mantrayanas, or teaching giving according to the mental capacities of the listeners, or in the three stages of the path. So all this can be through this understanding, or through relying on this lamp for the path of enlightenment. So we can understand all these teachings are all are all kind of related, are supporting or complementing each other's, and we through that we can understand that whatsoever there's no contradictions, we cannot find any contradictions in the all the very various teachings that Buddha has given. So rather, instead of contradictions, we see all the teachings Buddha has given are all actually complementing to one another. Loss.
Te ani kandes ani ta jiru jisun rogo yore sena ani ta tewa chimbola ani shunanda ani ngwala shunanda ani tewa chimbi seshengi shewa ngeda rogo yores. Te gowa iza ani seshe tigung hela ani seche toche dunga zina wala mazepi ni niji chimbo te ngeda rogo yores. Tenigo tera niji chimbo shewala ani shewun ringi neka na shepa tachi na runyen kowa dunga sugu dunga lan jishi trone tele shopishi ni shane kenchu sala ni nipa yapa ni shipa la supa ngeda rogo yores.
So we can understand that how the ultimate the goal which all the teachings of the Buddha leads us to is the complete enlightenment, and to lead in order to achieve the complete enlightenment. So the Buddha taught in terms of the Mahayana teachings, like the great vehicles, and also even they taught the secret mantra vehicles, and so. But if we look into that, whether we look into the Mahayana or the secret mantra teachings, then we in that they really to enter or to progress into that, to engage into that, then what we need is the it needs the bodhicitta mind, the altruistic mind of enlightenment is essential, is a key to enter into Mahayana or into the Tantrayana, and then to, however, then we need to, if we look into the how we can generate, how we can cultivate the bodhicitta mind, then we have to. Bodhicitta mind is then rooted in compassion, great compassion as a cause, and then how we have to check to. If we look into the causes of the compassions, then to the causes is to, then we have to cultivate some sense of like a disgust, sense of dissatisfactions towards cyclic existence, and particularly the lower rebirth, and so therefore we really need to have this understanding. We need to have understanding, and we need to engage in the practices which are related to the what we call as the path for the person of middling scopes, and so we can see these are all essentials for even for one to to enter into the Mahayanas or to the Tantrayanas.
제정안에 드니가 대화 친비가 다 다네 대원 중이가 아니 론녀스 렘비 라니 리테 체화 제시 그거 어르스러와 리테들 하도 미기 리테도시 다 델라요니 시오 중이 간에 템비 뭐 게치 북 선들라서 봐스는마도 아니 드니가 리테도 도다고 말했어와 제정안에 다소니 점바지다 가서 딩을 시오 노지레스 다 용주시 먹고 같이
and also in order to progress ourselves along the Mahayana path to reach to the complete enlightenment, then we can also understand how it is necessary for us to find a perfect rebirth, such as the rebirth of human being or the godly or the celestial being, and because without relying on such a perfect rebirth, then we cannot the continuous our practice on this to achieve the complete enlightenment. So therefore we can understand that how essential is to engaging in the practices which are related to the person of small scope as well.
제장안에 시오서 진로지 좀발라 트비텐데 아니다 시오 중은 나올라 아니 뭐 기치 불라서 변선을라서 버때네 니티 공부도 토픽 다 된거요래 아니 시온 리노라 아니다 고액 뉘가라 주님이라 수버때네 네 타왈 토발라 수버때 거요래티 이나요 대조지가 니티 공부도 버져진 저요래 타와 토바 대조진 저요래서네 드니 된거요 말했어 So the teachings which are relating to the path of small to the path of the person of small scope or small mental capacities. So there we find the teaching on the moral ethics, such as the moral ethics of abandoning the 10 non-virtuous actions, and which
serve as this good moral ethic practice of refraining from 10 non-virtuous actions. So which really serve as a cause for us to find or what we call as a higher status, which is the higher rebirth, good rebirth, and which is necessary. And then as well as the teachings related to the middling stages of the path. So which shows on the teaching on the how to achieve the state of liberation from cyclic existence. So which is also which is also necessary. So however in here the where in which the ultimate goal is to achieve complete enlightenment, and it is we are following the great stages of the path. So therefore here, even though all those finding a good rebirth or the higher status is necessary, but however we do understand that it is not sufficient. It's not enough. Likewise, we see we have to recognize the necessity of achieving the liberation from cyclic existence, but however we have to aware of should be aware of the fact that this is not finding or achieving the liberation. Just the liberation from cyclic existence is not sufficient. So,
Onani ta shehu chunju ge lang de shehu chimbi ge ta lang ge yelo ta wo yiwa ina de la ni sunji zala an de la de yun no le ta pa de chi ke jang des an ka de ni shehu chunju ge de ni shehu chimbi lang ge yelo ina ni ta gangalo le ni shehu chimbi ge lang san ji ge de was 이지 메지 다 shehu chunju da ni ta mo ge lang de se ne ni mo bo ji ta nie zo ge ji men de wa se ne. So therefore, it is said here that the practices that we do, which relating to the person, to the path of the person of small scope, and the middling scopes, the person of the middling scopes. So these practices or these teaching are all here is regarded as a branch or a preliminary practices of these great stages of the path, the great scope of the path, and that's why it's said here. So therefore now then. There is in this LamRim text, so there is one caution that is being raised is that if the teachings or the practices related to the small and the middling scopes here are, if they are considered as the branches or of the stages of the path of the person of great scope, then the question is that then why can't these be the small and the middling stage which are mentioned here? Why can't these be the part of the great stages of the path? Why is necessary to why there's need of the mentioning of the three stages of the path here. So anyway, in this text, then the text makes the
clarified these, cautions or this doubt by mentioning the two reasons or the two purposes, two main purposes, mentioning why there's there's a mention of the three stages of the path.
Pena ne tewa chimbi ga chi nyole shengin ji ngin ne senanda tewa chimbi chi tasi ga lumbe maji ga ne nga zo tewa chimbo yin cherang zo teme re se ne teme le tese memba tawa ta ne ya ji sungo ji chi nyole songye te so ga ne nga zo sungo nyole che so ndo shu nyole se ne tese memba tawa tni ga te nga ja ti cho pa che che da ne ji che chi sungo dus.
So the first, the reason or the purpose which was mentioned here, why the stages of the path are put into three stages. So it is said that this is the first purpose is to prevent this the pride that pride in the mind of those who follows the great vehicle or the Mahayanas, that they pride towards towards the others who are following the lower like lower vehicles, and that they are on the higher stages of the path, and likewise to those who are who are following the tantric practice to overcome the pride and to looking down upon those the follower of Sutrayanas.
Chezanga ne nyapatela ne dejatela lo ranji tasan yores ro ne tniga ne chho yores lo ta tamat zola ne ta tewa chimbuchi hode ka chi shejo na te kon ro ho yamara wa cheza ne lo ranji tasan la tani shewo chindu chi so se ne ma te ji ko she jana she de yores.
And the second reason or the purpose is to indicate and that those who are following the spiritual path, spiritual practices. So there are three kind of types in terms of their mental capacities of those of like the low mental capacity and the middling and the great mental capacity. So just to indicate those the three mental capacities of the followers.
Penani kuzo tamapashi ni shewun jing ni lo majong shewu chimbi lo la juwe sene pachi rodena ni ti ni shewu tamatela ni ta shewu chimbi lo te bu shemato ni kumani ju shemata tuni yungu yares kisi kol to lora ni thasa ko bate tamatena.
And also to imply that the one must make the progress on this on stage by stage, and because if you don't follow the stage by stage, then we can and rather than like instead of following first following the small stage of the path or the middling scourge, and if you from the beginning, if you jump to the great stage, then you won't be able to make any gain any realization on the great stage, and let alone that, and even you won't gain any realization of the middling and the lower stage as well. So if you do that, so rather it is necessary for one to indicate that one must the progress along on the path stage by stage.
제상한다 제우중도는 또 첨부선에 있는 시에거데 아니 다시 동 대화 준비로 시다 제와든 난준 라멜 중에지나 아니 시원지도 도무로 내대 시에거래스네 아니 드니 갖고야 그치다 아니 다들이 순대 호야레스
So we should also take note here that you hear they use the words those who are on the following the great stages of the path, and when they follow the lower, the small or the middling stages of the path. So we use the term they follow the stages of the path in common with the path of small scope, or in common with the path of middling, the person of middling scopes. So therefore it is to, as I mentioned earlier, this is to really to emphasize that the reason why the three stages of the path are implied here is to emphasize that even let alone those who are those who are following these stages of the great vehicle, but even equally important is equally essential is even those who are following the tantric vehicles, tantric path, must also, the only way they can go there is by completing all the stages, the small and the stages of the path sort of in common with the small and the middling stages of the path.
대자는 지금 좀 매운지 가르치는데나 아니 대나 되니 다 지서 홀라 소피 동아 사모 다 체질이질 소지르세지 동아 사모도로 진내까지 파전에 동보니 년주도 흉세를 용화진 대리시야 그거래스네 드니스 용디스.
So in here there's also a quote by the Manjushri who said that the initialists, it is to the best one just put aside all the like the tantric, the instructions of the tantric practices, put aside all that and just focus on gaining the experience of renunciation and bodhicitta.
제장안에 년주도 흉세라는 영화야 보지 텐소나 아니 게자도 제네 타와도 도지 지금 이제라고 롬에 반로저고요 그래서 대자다 다텔 영화 테마테마다 텔타 고리나스라 요마레 도문월다 그래서 던지가 바지 홀지 대지가 영화 테마다 홀은 주대와이나 로치 nengo 마시고 시에레스네 던지수용됐어.
And the Manjushris further said that once you gain the experience of renunciation and bodhicitta, then how you whatever practice that you do then would automatically become a cause for one to achieve, cause to achieve like a liberation, and achieve the omniscient, state of omniscience, and so therefore, it says that therefore you should never think that there is no the benefit of there's not much worth of meditating on this, on this like this, meditating on like the renunciation and bodhicitta and so on, and then to really to anyone who think that there is no not much point, not much worth of meditating on this, on renunciation, bodhicittas, whoever think like that, which is an indication that they lack the understanding of the the key points of the dharmas.
다 디인셜 가르 송바레스나 나저티 녜라 사치니 조여왕 공고텔 라마데바 퀸셰 비코네 런추 중토 거르랑 냠바셰스 셰바시테도 냠바시네 런추 럼발라 로주이 츠니 셰바 오시디시 공고텔 로른 공고텔레 로르니 드니 사치니 디노넬 네 라마데비 퀸셰 비코네 런추 중토 거르랑 냠바셰스테 다 도디지 로사위스로와.
So now, in terms of the outline of this the LamRim teaching, the quick path. So I think if those of you who remember, so in the beginnings of this text, so there was a two main heading, and so of which so the first main heading. So now we have finished finished about it. So the first heading, which says the explanation of how to develop certainty about the number and the sequence of the path by elucidating the authentic origin of the lineage Lama. So that's one of the main heading which we finish. Now we move to the second main heading of the whole, the outline of the whole text, which is after developing certainty about the path, the explanation of how to purify it on the stages of the path.
Antantri zatang usundi kanlashete nunela karisenandi ngala neta topachi la ne shonjuji sente tewa chimbi gunjuko don sungwa jinjuko ni resene tniji sujon de yusrwa ta tewa chimbi juko imbala ngatsu chira topa yo maresrwa ane ngwa jinjuko sengetela nge ngolo jinjuko resene ngatsu shicha tniji jiwo res.
So just to bit further continue on the the caution that we raised in the last teachings. So this is to relating to the statement which is in these LamRim teachings, in the LamRim text, where it says that how the Bodhicitta is the only entry door to Mahayana and to Tantrayanas. Okay, so so as far as the how Bodhicitta is the entry door to Mahayana, so that I think we already discussed, and I think hopefully it is clear to us. Now there is a what is not clear to us is how Bodhicitta is the entry door to Tantrayana, as it says here, and for that, in the text one, the answer or the clarification that made to that is that is saying that is in the context of the enter into the path, tantric path, So it says that the bodhicitta is the entry door. So bodhicitta is the entry door to the to tantric path. So they add this word.
다 드니그 시자지 조요리 때 이나야 아니 시자텔라야 대치네 와실래 되고 그래서 아니 가르래고 그러잖아 아니 쇼주지 세시에서나 있는 holland 주그 그래 주그 말해지 아니 드니기래 되고 그래서 쇼주니에서나 아니 쇼주지 세시와 정지 아니 holland 주그 말에 성도있어 봐 제가 아무데 holland 주고리 세나요 아니 다 신래 되고 그래서
So despite that clarification that it is when it says that the when it says said here that bodhicitta is the entry door to Tantrayana, it is saying that the clarifying that it is meant to say bodhicitta is the entry door to tantric path. So I still think that we can still have there's a room for a caution or to doubt to arise. That is say even if we say that bodhicitta is bodhicitta really is the entry door to tantric path. So if yes, then we have to say the cultivation of bodhicitta will then qualified one as to enter into the tantric path. So is that so? No.
제가 네 현주지 세는 시장에 몰라는 마중에 가서티 아니 다지 다 세정받아 드리고 뭐주 개만랭 했더니 뭐 보여랬어. 개만랭 했더니 다들 뭐 보여랬어.
Surely we can come up with the example of some people, some practitioners, who even don't accept the tantric path, and but might have might possess the bodhicitta mind, and you could also have some in terms of the school of tenet, maybe we could have some Chitta Matrin, who follow Chitta Matrin, who possess a bodhicitta but not into the enter into the tantric path. No. Do we have any questions from the people on this? No.
다음에는 내가 손지 마치 시에서 나리 손지 그러다. 맞고 농지 시에서 나오지로. 때 마치 시에서 이니 때라니 수수 도빠나 버튼이 되는구나. 야. 지야 저다 들이 떠나 뒤고 그랬어.
So that's okay if you don't have any further questions, so I will continue by giving my own the view on this, and then if you have any questions, then on this my view, then you're welcome to address it later.
내년에 도파존에 마치 시야트 소소지 인제 자고 때라 이 자샤자동반 인쇼쇼트니 조예요 말했어요. 서로 중에 제와시지네. 아니 가르레 만드나 레만도 있으냐. 대 라트는 아주 파츠 강갈 펜도 요랬어.
So please do not consider my view as the final, so but rather it's important that you you should caution those my opinions, my view, and in fact if you have any cautions with my opinion, my view, and if you share that with me, then that also will help me and will help everyone and
제장아 당한드님이지 대 가족들 지시와이나 아니 다티 쇼주지 센데 아니 너무 이게가 대원 난 유거래에서 왔대라 아니 대화침이 유거래에서 왔대라 아니 단도 간에 시비 쇼주지 센지요 레스로와 대도 간에 시비니 대화 친비가 런칭 주고래 되레스 아니 화긴 너무 많이 비는 시는 비네 화지거니 쇼주지 센지요 레스 대 화랑한 주비가 주고래 했네 아더니 그 시자이 저거 있어
So relating to this statement of Bodhicitta, statement here that Bodhicitta is the entry door to Mahayana and to Tantrayanas. So I want to make my positions is that that here, so there's an implication of two types of bodhicittas. The bodhicittas which is as in the context of the or as explained or in the sutra, Sutrayanas, and the bodhicitta as explained in the explained in or in the context of the tantric, Tantrayanas. So I would refer those respective bodhicitta are the entry door to Mahayana and the Tantrayanas.
제장당 뭐 간에 시비오나 쇼주 있는데 간이 저거잖아. 아니 세제 도저히 된다니. 다 뭐라 때네. 대용 디녀와냐더니 수지지 공부도 하다가 동자시 그러고 되게 세제 저거요레스.
So in here I would say we can we can talk about two types of bodhicitta of the Sutrayanas, sutra path, and of the tantric path. So in the tantric path, so it's a bodhicitta. Normally a bodhicitta is a mind, is an aspiration to achieve complete enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. And so in tantric path, so this is to the such aspirations is generated with the also included thought of complementing this wish to achieve the complete enlightenment by the depending on the tantric path, and so with that, by depending on the tantric path, then I want to achieve complete. You with the bodhicitta mind, so you are resolving to achieve the complete enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings, and as well as in tantric, so there is your wish to achieve, is such that you want to achieve as in the quickest way possible to the complete enlightenment. So.
제장아 드니가 로지마 마인바이 준소나니 이지메지 홀라란 주조레스로와 아니 홀라란 주발라요 드니가 로지마 마인바지 그 이거래서 와다 드니지 송거요 레스다 레메나 하모거스
So I would say, so if anyone who generates such a uncontrived the mind of uncontrived bodhicittas of wishing to achieve quickly achieving complete enlightenment, by depending on the tantric path to benefit all sentient beings. So when you have generated such mind, bodhicitta, then I would say that you then enter into the tantric path. So in fact, anyone who in order to enter into the tantric path, so one must have generated this types of bodhicitta. So I would. This is just my opinions, but I'm not going to not going to say whether this is right or wrong. So you can also have your opinions on this. All right, so we will leave the tonight's teaching here. Thank you.
Good night.